Dr. Michael Schellenberger was in front of Congress yesterday.
We were talking about the Twitter files and censorship from this government.
There's no censorship.
Stuff like this. What?
There's no censorship.
Oh, you know what? That's funny.
Right.
Oh, there's a great quote from what's her name? Wasserman Schultz. Here's her quote: "Social media companies are not biased against conservatives."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I mean, what an outrageous thing to say when it's so
This
plain.
was such an entertaining hearing. It's almost like January 1st, right? When you have all the bowl games on.
Yeah.
You're like, man, which entertainment value do I want now? Because we're cramming, like you said, 2 years into the last couple of weeks here.
Committee hearing season. It's great.
It is. It is committee hearing season.
So here's Schellenberger in front of Congress.
You've seen this censorship industry go from, well, we're just fighting ISIS, to, well, we're just fighting Russian disinformation bots, to, well, now we need to fight domestic misinformation, which is just saying we need to fight against people who are saying things we disagree with online.
Pause it for a
That's all
second.
that means.
you.
Just a quick reminder on this guy. A liberal. He's been a liberal his whole life. He's been a big climate change advocate for so long. And then he started looking into things. And he started to become, I don't know, skeptical of some of the things that were being said. Like, we've only got 10 years left on this planet, and then there's going to be climate catastrophe. So he started looking into it. And he actually went to the people who supposedly said those things and asked them about it. And in every case, they didn't say those things. Or it was misconstrued, or it was lied about. And so on a climate change level, he's been really good because he didn't start as a conservative. He's on the other side of this spectrum. But because of the facts, he's now joined us. He doesn't deny climate change is happening. He just doesn't think it's catastrophic.
I'm sick of giving him that, too.
I know, me too. Me too.
Because that just opens the door for them to go farther. But it does mean that he's at least open to seeing what's up.
Yes. So I think once his eyes were opened, they're starting to be opened on other topics too. And that's what we're seeing with this censorship thing. Anyway, here's what he had to say.
Against people who are saying things we disagree with online. That's all that means. And I mean, it's not a slippery slope. It's an immediate leap into a terrifying mechanism that we only see in totalitarian societies of attempting to gain control over what the social media platforms are allowing. And so, for me, it starts at DHS, but we basically see almost every government agency involved in this.
Wow. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it's deep. Almost every other government agency involved in this. Censorship of Americans. I swear.
We're not America anymore.
No.
It's just a sad, simple fact. We're not America anymore.
And it makes it, I haven't even seen the documentary, but it makes it certainly plausible.
That's why
that they were involved in shooting down Malaysian Airlines.
Now, do I really think that happened? No.
But it's plausible.
But it's plausible.
Because what can you trust with this government? Like, what arm of this government do you I totally trust it. I don't even trust the military at this point, considering the leadership that is in charge there. And they're indoctrinated in the church of woke. Mm-hmm. And they're basically, I put this on Twitter last night. It's like, I'm afraid it's now just about to become as many great commenters said, it probably basically already is, the cleanup crew for the Biden family. Mm-hmm. I mean, that it's terrifying to think that. Mm-hmm. There's so many honorable men and women that have been a part of American service defending this country. And now the leadership there, and I'm very concerned. I don't have warm, fuzzy thoughts about what lies ahead.
But that's why, as you're watching the documentary, as I was watching it, rather than get pissed as I normally would at the Frenchy frogs who are accusing us of it, I'm like, huh. You think? You think it was us? Huh. Weird. And I don't want to think that.
No, I want to be pissed at the Frenchy frogs.
Yes. I want to shove it in your face and say, this is the United States of America. We don't operate that way. We don't kill 239 people on a passenger plane. We don't do that.
But instead, at the end of the third,
weird. Okay.
It's sad. It's sad that
It
we're
is
there.
sad.
I mean, and we've been brought here by design. Okay.
Pathetic.
The Marxists that have been in power over the past century plus now. This is all by design to get us broken to this point where we look at our government and we don't trust anything.
Yeah.
And then we look for a solution somewhere else, and it's just so depressing that this is where it's ended up.
And then they wonder, why are you guys talking about this national divorce? What kind of traitors
dare
are
you?
you? Huh. Yeah. Huh. You think? You think we're traitors? Weird. Okay. Also, Representative Sylvia Garcia.
Oh.
This is great because she didn't even know who was testifying in front of her about online censorship yesterday. Here's her genius.
Led by a friend, Barry Weiss.
My friend Barry Weiss.
So this friend works for Twitter, or what is her?
Oh my God.
She's a journalist.
Sir, I didn't ask you a question. I'm now asking Mr. Schellenberger a question. Please
Yes,
do
ma'am.
not
Barry Weiss is a
interrupt.
journalist.
I'm sorry, sir.
She's a journalist.
She's a journalist. So you work in concert with her?
Yeah.
Do you know when she first was contacted by Mr. Musk?
I don't know.
You don't know. So you're in this as a threesome?
There was many more people involved than that.
There was many more people involved with that. Are you being paid to be here today, either through consulting fees,
No.
campaign contribution to your
Absolutely
next
not.
run?
Gentlelady's
Absolutely
time
You
is
have an interview
Gentlelady's
scheduled after
time
this
is
hearing?
expired.
Absolutely not.
Gentlelady's time is
Thank you.
expired.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say other than I recognize the gentleman from North Dakota for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I mean, he just wants to call her what she is, a total and complete buffoon.
Well, there's another clip of her not knowing what Substack is.
Oh, yeah.
That might be coming up.
I don't even know what that is. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
She's just agonizing.
Yeah, there's another clip here. I can't remember if that's in this
Powerful
one.
representative of the
She
United States
was
of America, though.
So bad yesterday.
Yeah, here she is with Matt Taibbi asking him
this
about
might be
his
it.
source.
Mr. Taibbi, I want to follow up a little bit on the ranking member's questions. When was the first time that Mr. Musk approached you about writing the Twitter files?
Again, Congresswoman, that would,
I just need a date, sir.
Yeah.
but I can't give it to you, unfortunately, because this is a question of sourcing, and I don't give up. I'm a
It's not
journalist. I don't reveal my
source.
sources.
It's a question of chronology.
No, that's a question
Because
of
you
sourcing.
earlier said that someone had sent you through the internet some message about whether or not you would be interested in some information.
Yes, and I refer to that person as a source.
So you're not going to tell us when Musk first approached you?
Again, Congresswoman,
So
you're
you have to
asking me
say
to
yes or
you're
no.
asking a journalist to reveal a
So
source.
then you consider Mr. Musk to be the direct source of all this?
No, now you're trying to get me to say that he is the source. I
Well,
just
it
can't answer
either
your
is or
question.
he isn't. If you're telling me you can't answer because it's your source, well, then that the only logical conclusion is that he is, in fact, your source.
Well, you're free to conclude that.
Well, sir, I just don't understand. You can't have it both ways, but let's move on because
No, he can. He's a journalist.
No, he can't, because either Musk is the source and he can't talk about it, or Musk is not the source. And if Musk is not the source, then he can discuss
No one
his
has yielded. The
conversations with
gentlelady's out
source.
of order. You don't get
And
to
she's
speak
out of
every
order
time.
Gentlelady is
because
not
he's
recognized.
interrupted.
Gentlelady's not
Mr. Chairman,
recognized.
You're not recognized,
reclaim my
Mr.
time.
He has not
Mr.
said
Chairman,
that.
I don't.
What he has said is he's not going to
Chairman,
reveal his source, and the
I
fact
did
that
not yield
Democrats
my
are
time
pressuring
to
him
the
to do
chairman
so
or
is
the
such a
regular
Not.
violation
We're
of
asking
First
him
Amendment.
about his conversations with Musk.
This is
has
just a
not yielded
cluster.
his
Sure
time.
is.
I have
you
not
know,
yielded
thing.
time to anybody.
It's
I
a
want to
cluster
reclaim my
thing.
time, and I would
So
ask
it's
the
called.
chairman to give me back some of the time because of the interruption.
No.
Mr. Chairman, I am asking you if you will give me the seconds that I lost.
We will give you that 10 seconds.
Thank you.
I mean, what a it was.
Wow.
That's good stuff. It is.
But no, Jeffy, I guess
Karen
that's not in
Susan.
there.
That's
where-
fine. That's just that she's
What's a
a
Substack?
dullard and has no idea what's going on.
No, they just
None.
read what the far left groups type up for them for talking
It
points.
says here Substack. I don't even know what that is. I'm
Is
not
that an
sure what
internet
that-
Is that
webpage?
a stack of Subway sandwiches?
It's,
Is that
it's
what
about that
is?
bad. It's about
Yeah,
that
It
bad.
is about that bad.
Daniel Goldman said there was no evidence of government trying to silence lawful speech. None. There's no evidence of that?
Really?
Wow. So Jim Jordan presents the Democrat with his own communications with Twitter. This is fun.
Twitter. And even with Twitter, you cannot find actual evidence of any direct government censorship of any lawful speech. And when I say lawful, I mean non-criminal speech, because plenty of speech is non-criminal.
I'll give you one. The gentleman's time to expire. I'd ask unanimous consent to enter into the record the following email from Clark Humphrey, Executive Office of the Presidency, White House Office, January 23rd, 2021. That's the Biden administration, 4:39 a.m. Hey, folks. This goes to Twitter. Hey, folks, wanted to use the term they used the term Mr. Goldman just used. Wanted to flag the below tweet, and I'm wondering if we can get moving on the process for having it removed ASAP.
Boom.
That is.
Could you read the below tweet?
And then if we can keep an eye out for tweets that fall in this same genre, that would be great. This is a tweet on the very issue that Thomas
Can you just, for the fullness of the record, can you read the, because I've not seen this, can you read the tweet that it's referencing?
I don't have the tweet here with me, but the gentleman's point was, tell us, you said no time did government try to tell Twitter to take that, to explicitly remove something, and
no, I said explicitly remove lawful speech. Lawful speech. We're going to conflate. The First Amendment is not absolute.
Twitter, this is something from Robert Kennedy Jr.
But for the record,
I assume that's lawful
as a point
speech.
of order, Mr. Chair.
Because Robert Kennedy Jr. said it, that's why it's lawful speech.
Just a minute, Mr. Goldman.
All I'm saying is you said in no time did the government explicitly say to take a tweet down. Here we have it, right here, from the White House. They couldn't even wait 2 days. 2 days into this administration, they were asked Twitter to take something down, and we will get you the underlying tweet.
Thank you.
I recognize the gentlelady from New York.
Will you place it into the record as well, sir?
Yes,
the underlying tweet?
Okay, yeah.
Robert Kennedy Jr.
All right. I'll do that.
He's talking about Hank Aaron's death after he received the vaccine.
Would you put it in the record, though? Would you put it in the record?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will. I'll put it in the record.
Mr. Goldman with his lawful speech. What isn't lawful speech?
Right.
Yeah, well, I mean, threatening. Terroristic threats. You can't do that, really. You can't threaten people.
Which is not what
but that's
an
not
RFK Jr. tweet about Hank Aaron is.
Right.
Come on.
And, they love to fall back on this. The First Amendment is not absolute. It almost
kind of is.
It almost
kind of is.
And that's kind of the argument Democrats have been making for the last 75 years.
That and the Second Amendment. The First and Second Amendments, they try to discount them by saying, those amendments are not absolute. Well, they're pretty damn close to it.
Yeah.
They're really close to it. And lawful speech, lawful speech, you can express hatred, you can express anger, you can say things that other people don't like, that are offensive to them.
Yeah, but
that's all lawful speech and protected.
I make the argument maybe even threatening is, but obviously they don't.
Right, but you guys miss the point here. I mean, you can't doubt the vaccine that has been laid before us on a gold platter.
Actually,
if you don't accept that and roll up your sleeve and be totally fine with it and have no question, I mean, that's just not lawful. I mean, this is madness. I mean, and you can see that this is now becoming just every hearing is like this.
Mm-hmm.
It just descends into chaos because Democrats cannot believe that they're going to have to now defend all the stuff that they pushed for years behind the scenes, and now that it's out in the open, whether it's these hearings or with the communications from the Twitter files. It's the Fauci stuff with the origination of COVID-19, whether it's Tucker Carlson revealing just raw footage from January 6th. The demons can't take all this stuff being dragged out into the light, and they're fighting back and they're pushing back like this, and everything is chaotic.
And by the way, we were right about all of it.
Yes.
We've been saying this the whole time. And now, you're right. They can't handle that it's coming out into the light. Little Sunshine's going to go a long way toward disinfecting Washington because now that the Republicans are in control in the House, this is what's going to happen. They promised this, and so far they're delivering.
We may need some stronger disinfectant for the White House because that still seems to be
doesn't it though?
Strong.
Yeah. That's for sure.
If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to our channel so you'll be sure to see similar videos from Blaze TV with the added bonus of signaling YouTube that your voice and opinion still matters. And if you're looking for more great conservative content, check out one of the 2 videos suggested here.